here we have... it looks to be I always struggle with the name. Igorotyra. Playing KF. Could be angels, could be elves. We'll see what he's up to. Against Sodastar on the Wondrous Nightmare. This unit is such a classic, to be honest. I remember it from like 5-6 years ago. It's barely changed because it's just good. You know, Fire Eater, Trail Lava, so it heals itself as it runs. Good HP, initiative. What more could you want? Okay, so we've got a Fey Dreamer. This guarantees he's got the font down here as well, because he's going to stockpile up to 11. That's just the KF bonus, where instead of saving at 4, you can save at 5 and meet your maximum, because they just get a 1 AP edge. The most iconic and terrifying thing about them is the Shrine Transfigure, where you get a bit of resistance across the board. Let me play with this. Bear with a little bit more. That should be okay. Not too much on the effects. That'll do. And we'll see how that turns out. I mean, hopefully it won't be over the top. Okay, so we've still got a couple of thoughts for them. Not sure why we've got 6 AP on this. I would have said it needs to move at least like that. Because you'll still get into the font here. And you're in a better position to chase this should you wish. Or you may be contemplating a deploy to go up here and hopefully deal with this little Fey Dreamer. The Fey Dreamer's not going to be a big issue to get rid of. It's more frustration. It's really cheap. It's got flying, so it's going to have quite a few advantages in that. Okay, we're going in. He's going for it. Ah, oof, that's an expensive deploy to go get a font. That is a very expensive deploy to get a font. It seems I was all backwards. Right, well, that makes this a bit more challenging. Because this would require a relic if he sends this there. If he sends this here... Okay, he's going for that. Is he just giving up the font for a turn? I mean, it's entirely possible, because I would not believe that he has the Nora to deploy in this font right now, because of the expensive deploys he's got so far. So I think this will get in before time. And I absolutely hate the Wisp. Pretty much I hate anything with Nora. It is so frustrating to play against. It literally drives me up the wall. Let's see what we get from Soda. But yeah, a little description about this. So I can see he's gaining all of the, you know, council spells, spell swallower, favor, and so on. I think that's all coming from you, if I'm correct. Yeah, Dream State. There it is. So it's just coming from this, so this guy's just giving off some utility. But I absolutely hate the one with Nora, because the most common attack types you'll usually see are physical, and I believe it is magical. Now it's a magic eater, so it ignores one magic type altogether, if you choose to. And then if you hit it once with physical, you can't hit it for a while, and that drives me up the wall. Blame me, I need more split damage types, I swear. So he's not got the font yet. This means this guy's going to probably want to and then have to rush down. Okay, he managed to get a deploy in. That's a very cheap little magma bunny. So he's got fire damage and physical damage right now. Can charge this up here if he wishes. It's not the brightest plan because this has obviously the dream state, which is really important. So I think he's going to stay back. It was just the posture and only contest if he felt it was safe. And since this guy has the buffered effect as well with the future sight, it just makes it even more of a nuisance to get rid of. So I think we're just going to start seeing a classic let's fight for the mid font, potentially with deploys and a lot of flying over here, because everything is flying in this KF battle group. What will we get next? So realistically, is this going to attack? It's lost selected upgrades, Fire Eater, that's fine. Still Fire Eater, Trail Lava. This just cannot use a secondary ability. Secondary abilities are really good against one with Nora because I believe it goes through it. So things like Power Attack, for example, do not trigger the one with Nora effect. So if you've got a couple of units with Power Attack, you'll get through. Let's see what's going to happen here. I don't know why. I hate things with Merciful, but I know that this champion is so good because of Enduring Aura 3. Enduring Aura is basically another... If you want to do a dirty calculation, it's +3 defense, but it also will block dots, so it's more like Tough 3. Yeah, Tough 3 is the better example. So he's going to be a real pain. And Debilitate. Ooh, what equip do we have now? Flame Heart Pauldron on Firemore. But why? Okay, +1 for fire. There you go. One with Nora. You're not going to be able to do any physical damage. And if you hit with this, you will no longer be doing any fire damage. What will be your choice? There you go. So he's just going to try and let the ruby do the work. So at this point it's almost worth seeing if you can get rid of that ruby, which I'm sure he could. It would put this guy at a little risk, because he'd have to come in, he'd do 6 damage. That can't do anything. Actually, it's going to cause him a problem. Ooh, split. Sundered Land split. I didn't even pay attention to that. That makes this a bit more interesting and potent. So that means everything we look at technically has +1 defense, just from partial SL bonus. There you go. And that is literally just a +1 defense. Right, so he's retreating away from that because he doesn't want to be taking the hit. He's just going to camp around the font and be a nuisance. This is going to threaten to come in like a hurricane. And he's obviously got to come in. It's very tempting to, you know, get him to rush all the way here and be like, annihilate! Just to do some more damage, but it's not going to hit enough people. Is he going to go for that sort of behavior? You kind of don't want to, because he's not going to hit as many people. But I think he's trying to do the calculations. Is he going to be able to kill that if he's got another spell or something? And I'm like, I'm pretty certain you're not going to. Hello. Borgas. Fire Aura, Fire Volatility. I think we're nuking this down, are we? Oof, boom. So we've had, well, hard to see the spell. Bang and bang. Close that, blow that up. He's going to take 3, 4, 5. Technically he's dead. If he wants the Nora Globe, hit and take it anyway. It's not like everyone here is too fast. The question for me is, was that really high enough value? I'd probably say yes, because he's cut the ways for these guys to come in. He can just take a step back because he's got mobility, so absolutely fine. That'll give him free, so he could get an attack off should he wish. But he's got to consider the font. But he can also just go 1, 2, 3, and get into the font this way. Just as I said, mobility. If he was going to be smart, I would have said he needed to block this channel in and just stand about here. And that would have forced this to go the long way around or the long way up through the fire ruby, which would make a significant difference. New equipment. Indignation. Okay, we're doing the classic, let's feed this guy a bunch of AP. So this guy's just going to feed loads of AP, because he's going to be able to stockpile up. He's going to be able to then engage. Since he's got multi-attack, he's going to be able to get a couple of hits in. Oh, okay, he's going up. He's just going to break in here. And he's got an extra 2 speed. So it's 2 steps there. And the question is, do you bring anything up? You just want to make sure Enduring Aura is on. We've got the Nightmare threatening the bottom font. So the interesting thing is, what is the solution? An Elven Tender. She's got Empathy. Nexus Aura, so she can share the damage at a certain point. Stone Skin when needed and heal. So this looks to be what is known as a Superchamp battle group, where we're just going to be using the aspect of violence to be that Superchamp. It'll be like, I'm going to be your hero, and I will kill everything for you. That's his job. The real question is, if UD can deal with him in any meaningful way and one-round him. And don't forget that the Energy Thief is going to make it a nuisance for everything trying to come in, because it'll steal an AP as people come in. So you don't really want to get something like Firemore there. Even with half damage, it's going to add up quite quickly, because he's going to be attacking about 3 times in a round. And even at half damage, I mean, it's going to add up. It'll be like 9, 10, 11 if he gets all 3 hits on something like Firemore. And that alone tells you a lot. Ooh, Nexus Aura was up. I don't know if that was really needed. The good thing is, though, yeah, I can't block everything. That's not going to do so much because of the Nexus Aura, and it's blocking a bunch with Endurance. Yep, you came in, and I don't think that was beneficial. So he's now got a bit more AP. You've got to stay at... Oh no, he's got at least Firemore in the font. Not sure about that aggressive play there. I think he's committed a lot of Nora, and he's not got a single kill to show for it. And all that's going to encourage is, you know, a mass heal. And I think the Stone Skin potion is potentially going to go to someone. What have we got? Assault and Strike. Right, that effectively means you do not have armor anymore. And he has mobility. So he's coming in to clear this out. And we're going to see, watch how many attacks he's going to pull off. I think it'll be 3, so he's going to one-round this. 1, 2. Oh, He can do the third. Is it worth it? Or is it worth... No, he's going to do that. So he claims the Nora Globe. And then it's worth... Is he going to step down and start the split on this Magma Bunny? Okay, there's the Stone Skin Potion. And you can see, Superchamp. Literally. So you do see quite a few battle groups where it's all about the aspect of violence. And we're just going to feed him some more AP. So he can walk across this now, because he's got Endurance Aura and he's got Tough Free. There we go. One hit. With 10 damage, he could use quite a few spells if needed. You won't be able to get the globe because of this guy, because he'll steal your energy. See? And you won't be able to do an attack. But he is going to be stockpiled and be able to have 15 AP built up next turn. Another equip. Centaur Banner. Let's have a look what that does. Weaken spells and friendly champions gain an extra speed when a spell is cast. That's going to be a bit of a problem. So given, right now, he's got 3 defense, because 1 comes from the SL bonus. He's then got another 3 from Enduring Aura, bringing him up to 6. Another 3 from Stone Skin, bringing him up to 9. You're effectively looking at a 9 defense champion at this point, which is going to be very difficult to get rid of, and you cannot use things like strike, etc. And this doesn't even take into account that you've got scale armor that's going to reduce damage even further. What have we got here? Flameheart Pauldron, so we're just amplifying. But see, 3 damage he's taking from these attacks, so an 11 damage attack is becoming 3. So it's just sneaking into contest, but it's not really going to do much because this guy will be able to go bang, bang, and run up should he wish. This is a bit more useful. If he can clear out some of the back line, it will reduce the amount of damage coming in. So now just saying you have to get in the font with me here or I'll deploy. Really, he's got to probably get rid of this Spirit of Endurance quite quickly. That's going to make a big difference. There's the heal. And with Empathy ticking in the background, everything's healing up fast. 17 AP. And it's like, do I take another 2 steps? Pop that. Then do I run up here? Start up this? I know, just a casual 11 AP after doing 2 attacks. So he's still got the ability, really, because he's still got the Energy Cult anyway, to get moving all the way up. Right, let's hand him some more AP. Because he just has to get over here. Yeah. Do be careful. Okay, you're going to go there. If you go here, it's a bit more risky because you need a relic. I think there was a little misplay. The Enduring Aura should have followed it up. Still, he's in the font now. He can do another attack. It is actually worth him to do another attack because he's going to gain some more zeal and more damage. So it actually benefits him. Healing Mind, just so that we can get more healing. So with a 50% damage reduction and 1 attack, this guy has taken 18 damage. Literally tells us probably next round with 2 attacks this guy's down. So that's going to be a problem. So I'm not too sure what Soda can pull out from this point. We'll see, but he's been handing a lot of Nora over by trying to use spells. There you go, 11 damage from 18. This is because he's not in range with the Spirit of Endurance. If this was in range, it'd be even lower. Would have dropped it down to -3. That would have been 8 damage. That would have been almost... That is literally 10 damage off. If that's in range. And as it stands, everything else is quite challenging. Another spell. Red sand, so he's going for blindness, I believe, somewhere. Oh no, that red sand stops it. If you run around, you take damage, but where did he cast it? Don't see. Well, there's red sand here. That's not going to do anything. I'm assuming that's because of Scapegoat. So I think this was just designated the Scapegoat because he doesn't intend to move it, which has blocked the spell. So now he can happily carry on with what he's doing. So let's say farewell to the Firemaw, for he will not be long for this world. And quickening, just so he can get even more attacks in. 1, 2, 1 more attack, which he still has all the AP for. But I think he's just going to bring something like this in for tap and healing mind. There you go, 5 HP comes to them. Bang. There you go. Now we've got the Heart of Fire. That's just going to be 1 shot. Boom. Step forward. 1 shot. So he's lost the toughness at the moment. Now we have nothing contesting. A massive champion disparity. There's the toughness back from the Elven Tender. And this guy is just going to sit around whilst this wears off because there's no need for it to do anything. I think we can safely say that is probably going to be a good game. I'm not sure what, if anything, Soda could do to come back from this, because this aspect is quite set up. You almost have to try and kill this or block this from engaging in 1 round, which is quite challenging, to be fair, especially when battle groups are set up to be completely around it and just to buff him up more and more and more, or keep him alive. So I imagine what we're probably witnessing is some typing. That's the usual. Or some very intense thinking. Because it's not impossible to get rid of this right now, and if he gets rid of it, there isn't exactly too many things here to do much. Actually, probably the strongest thing is the Elven Tender. That's been picking up a little from the Adaptive and Spell Swallower. So there isn't actually anything of great threat. He's going to get rid of this. Don't imagine he will. An Aspect of Life. It's almost worth letting this hit first just to get an extra healing. And what is it? Contest. Like, this could go up and practically contest here if it wishes. Well, that didn't last long, so now you can still contest here. So is he going to go all the way up here and just contest, then guarantee he's coming straight down? No, he's going for the shrine, which he'll kill in effectively next turn. So we'll let it happen. I don't think there's anything Soda can do. If he hits the end turn, fantastic. If he does not, it will. Yeah, so at least we got to see an interesting battle group type, so Superchamp effectively, against what I would have looked at as probably a more classic Underdepths. Come on. But classic Underdepths is usually known for very high damage. I think there was a bit too much spell spam, especially when this battle group, so Igorotyra, was benefiting from it with the spell swallowers and the council spells. It was just beneficial. So I'm not sure what I think he's just playing around at this point without too much concern. I think that's a case of giving up. He's getting a relic there. Like, the only thing this could consider doing is probably transfiguring, but even so, I think this is going to be the end of it. There's no point doing anything else, really. 31. Draconic Benediction. 1, 2, and 3. And that's the end of that. So, hope everyone enjoyed watching, and we get to see at least the nice effects. Take care, and bye for now.